personal transition first aid box, it applies to professional transition also. So these are basically steps which can be very logically and very intentionally carried out to understand what the situation is and how we can come out of it. These are very simple, but we need an organized and disciplined effort to get out of the situation. So okay, let us have a look at the first aid box. And since I said it is first aid, these are the preliminary precautions that can be taken care by immediately after you get the signals of symptoms of something going wrong, so that the issue can be nipped in the bud instead of letting it fester and then getting for operations and surgical strikes, surgical operations, etc. So this is very different. First thing is to take care of the issues immediately so that it doesn't fester or it doesn't get into a major problem. Okay. So the first point, after whatever discomfort that we observe, the first point is understand the issue. Is it a concern or is it a crisis? Understand what is exactly going wrong. Instead of reaching to conclusions and try to judge what the other person is doing or what his circumstances are, why he is making certain decisions or why he is behaving in a certain way, understand the issue first. Is it the fear in your mind that he or she is not maybe interested in me anymore or whatever, or is it an actual crisis? The partner is actually facing some issues and he is not able to open up. I'll give you a simple example. It is very common. We keep on getting these messages on WhatsApp and Facebook. It is basically a joke that a husband is looking at the cricket score in the night while sleeping, and the wife is thinking about at so late in the night with whom he is chatting or whatever. So he is worried about Indian's cricket score, whereas the wife is worried about what he's doing. So the roles can be reversed. Wife may be speaking with her friend, long-term friend, and the husband will be thinking at this hour with whom she is discussing or chatting. So understand the situation first, without jumping to conclusions and without making any judgments. Understand the situation, whether it is a concern. I'm just thinking in my head that she is doing this, he is doing that, and it is going to get out of hand, etc., etc. Whether it is a concern or it is actual crisis situation, your reactions should depend on what the exact situation is, instead of making everything in your mind and then obviously reacting outwards based on your assumptions and assumptions and expectations, which can be wrong. And most of the things that happen at this stage, and we fail to understand the issues. We fail to understand whether it is a concern that is in our head, or we fail to understand whether it is a crisis and the partner needs our help and we are not able to do it because we are preoccupied with understanding. We are making our own judgments and conclusions. That is first point. So first aid box is understand the issue. Try and understand whether it is a concern that is in your head, or it is just a thought process, or it is actual crisis, so that your reactions or your actions and your responses can be based on this understanding. Next point is take care of yourself and manage stress. Obviously, under any circumstances, the most important factor, the most important thing, whatever goes right or wrong in life, the most important thing is your physical health. The most important part in your life is your physical health, because if you're not healthy, if the body is not supporting you, then none of this is going to make any sense. None of this is going to help you in any way. Career progression, career mapping, etc., etc., all this is useless if the body is not supporting. So once we start, why it is why it is mentioned in the first aid box is because once you start stressing, once you start thinking about something which is overwhelming or creating pressure in your mind, you basically start affecting your body health. You'll be eating more, you'll be eating less, so there is no balance. You'll stop practicing, you will stop exercising, you will stop walks, and you will then start binge watching TV or Netflix or whatever, ABC. So physical health is important, because irrespective of what is happening in your life, maybe good or bad, though it is very easy to say this, but it is important to maintain your health and manage your stress, because the first point is as we discussed, was understand the issue and try and understand whether it is concern or crisis. Now immediately to do all these things and the next steps, you need to be in better shape physically and mentally. Then and then only you will be able to process everything that is coming to you. Then and then only you will be able to process the information that is coming to you. Then and there only you will be able to respond in proper manner. Keep yourself in better physical shape Manage your stress. Do not let it get into your mind. Manage your stress. I will keep on repeating. Managing stress is very, very cliched now, but it is important to stay cool and calm. Understand the situation. Understand the issue. Understand whether it is your fear in your mind or it is your actual crisis. And since we are taking care of the physical fitness and stress, it also helps in diverting our attention for some time at least from the core issues that are nagging our minds. Next obvious point is seek help and expert advice and check facts, because you cannot do anything, you cannot discuss anything, you cannot go ahead forming conclusions and a judgment based on the assumptions or the things that are heard from somebody. So check the facts first, cross check them, verify them, and then seek expert advice. Seek help from your friends. Expert advice can be counseling or consulting, but that is next stage. First is seek help. So the important part here is human beings, we tend to be very participative. We like to share and care. So whatever that is nagging your mind, you need to share it with your friends. There has to be some support system. There has to be some 1 or 2 friends or more than that. Fantastic. There has to be friends who will listen to you without judging you. There has to be friends with whom you can be share anything and everything about your life with these friends, and they will not judge or they will not utilize this information or they will not laugh at you. So that suppose seek help from such friends. Next step is obviously seek help from expert advice on how to manage this situation, how to come out of it, how to save our marriage, how to save the union, etc. And obviously this is after checking the facts, because if you don't check the facts and if you straight away go for seeking help or expert advice, then obviously once the experts start working on it, you may find that there is no issue at all. It is all a fear in our head. So instead of doing all this jugglery, instead of doing all this, first check the facts, then seek help. Let your friends tell you what can be done. Let them help you. Let your family help you, and then you can go for expert advice. It can be marriage counselor, it can be psychological counselor, it can be anybody. Whether the issue is with money, you can always get in touch with investment bankers, etc. So whatever the issue is, whatever the inflection point is, you can then seek expert advice and move forward. Okay. The basic objective is to save marriage. Basic objective is to work together, stay together, so that it can be mutually beneficial long-term relationship. Next point is find out all possible options to the issues that you are facing. Let us say after analyzing the situation, you come to know that there are certain issues, there are certain gaps between the communication, or there are certain things that needs to be ironed out. There are some things which needs to be discussed. Then you have to open up with your partner and find out all the possible options without reaching to conclusions, without judging each other. Very practically try and find out what are the options that in front of you. For example, in a married couple, one person or the wife or husband is getting the opportunity of working from a city which is 700 kilometers from your location. Now this point, the wife is supposed to move to Bangalore, and that means wife is supposed to move to the new city, whereas husband is working in the original city. Now if the husband is not very confident and he's not okay with the relocation due to whatever reasons, whether he wants to stay together, whether there are some aging parents at home who need care, or there are some other, maybe kids are there, their schooling is there, or simply they want to stay together. That can be a very simple reason. But he's not able to open up and he's not able to say that you should not go to Bangalore, let us stay together and work. So he then goes into shell. Since he's not able to share, he is thinking about what she will be thinking, because she is getting a good opportunity, whereas he's saying he wants to stay together. The other option is, so I'm coming to the options. Now the first point is they need to discuss it mutually. They need to discuss it open-hearted. So they need to find out pros and cons of both whatever options possible. The first option in this case can be wife moving to Bangalore, wife moving to the new location for some time, and then husband trying to find out this job in the new location. The second option can be wife moving to the new location, and maybe 1 or 2 years down the line she will be coming back. The third option can be wife not moving to the new location, she continuing working with the same organization or same workplace, and maybe look for better options. The fourth option can be wife as of now not relocating, but both of them trying to find the same job in the other city where they want to shift. So there are n number of possibilities. The point here is to find out all the possible options and then discuss about the positive solutions, or maybe one of the solutions which will fit in all the which will help in resolving all these issues. Okay, I have a fantastic solution for this. Maybe this is the right time to share with you. What I do is basically in my personal life, let us say a similar situation, transition I'm talking about. In 2002, I left Pune and I went to Bangalore without any job. I'm basically a production engineer. I did my CCNA. I was doing CCNP, and there were 3 papers remaining. First paper I did from Route to School Pune. The remaining 3 papers were to be completed. So I had option of whether to do it in Pune or Mumbai or whatever. So my point here was Bangalore was booming, and I thought if I move to Bangalore, I will get better opportunities, obviously. So without any jobs, I wanted to move to Bangalore. My father was not very comfortable with this, because he said if you have Pune already, you are already in Pune, which is also a good market. Mumbai is very near, which is a far better market. Then why you want to go to Bengaluru, as we say. So this was a very imagine I was not having any job 2002. After my manufacturing, after working for some time in manufacturing, I was trying to get into, as I said, routing. I was fascinated by routing, and then I had CCNA, CCNP I was doing. So the point here is I was going to take a decision which was going to change my life, and it was a very crucial decision for me. Now I discussed this with my parents, and they were not very confident or happy about me moving to Bangalore, because they knew that I tend to feel homesick very soon, and living away from family is not very easy for me. I had already faced this in Pune when I came for college in COEP, and then the same thing was going to happen when I was going to move to Bangalore. So they were worried actually about why I'm thinking about this and why I should go there. In their opinion, the best option was to stay in Pune, look for some job, work for 2-3 years, get better opportunity, and then you can move on. So what I did, coming to the solution, so we discussed about all the possible options, and since I'm an engineer, especially production engineer, I know there are methods which can help in finding the CPM, critical path method, or PERT. So there are methods which can help us in making the right decision by taking into consideration all the parameters. Let me give this secret to you. I still till this point in time I use this solution. So it is very simple, and it can actually help you in making any decision in your life. I can guarantee this. So it is very simple. Take a note, take a very big, maybe full square paper. Now let us say in this specific situation A and B, the wife is supposed to wife is getting a good opportunity of relocating into the new city, whereas the husband is not very comfortable. In this specific situation, they need to make 2 columns. First is accepting the offer and relocating. The second is not accepting the offer and not relocating. Okay, these are the only 2 options they have as of now, because the instant decision has to be the HR needs to be informed that whether they are accepting or not. If she is accepting, obviously the next process is to prepare for the relocation, and she will be in the new city in maybe 1 month. And if she is not accepting, she will continue working, and obviously the life goes on. So this is immediate, short term. The decision has to be made, because if today is Saturday, it needs to be conveyed to the HR on Monday. So you have only 1 day, 1.5 days. So take a blank sheet of paper. First option is accepting the offer. You have only two options: accepting the offer, not accepting the offer. Now in other situations, other than this example, there can be multiple options: A, B, C, D, E. You can write whatever options that you have. We have already discussed about brainstorming the options. You can point out A, B, C, D, E, all the options in horizontal columns. On the right side, okay, write minimum 20 pointers which are parameters on which this decision can be based on, or point out minimum 20 areas of your life which will get affected because of this decision. Yes or no? Whatever decision that you take, there are 20 areas. 10 will be okay, but 20 will be fantastic, because then if it is 20, more than 20, the decision cannot be wrong. 10 itself is very comfortable, decision cannot be wrong, but 20 will make sure you will be absolutely confident that irrespective of whatever doubts and suspicions I have in mind, apprehensions I have in mind, the decision I am taking is perfect. Horizontal, all the options A, B, C, D, E, accepting the offer, not accepting the offer, multiple options. Now in the rows you go on writing all the areas of your life or parameters that are going to get affected because of your decision. The first point can be staying together, private life, personal life. Second can be aging parents who will take care. Third point is better prospects. Bangalore can be better for my wife or for husband who is getting the opportunity. Now the fourth point can be improved financial status. Fifth point can be distance. In the sense they will not be able to meet so often. The fifth point can be homesickness, possible. The seventh point can be husband or the partner who is staying back, he feeling lonely and missing the other partner. So there can be tangible, intangible, whatever. The partner feeling not good, family feeling pressure, the practical, emotional, social, all the aspects can be covered. That is why I said 20 points. One more point can be though she may get promotion or he may get promotions while relocating, obviously the expenses also going to increase because the rent and the food and all the lodging boarding expenses in Bangalore, they are also going to be increased. The travel, because since the partners are going to stay in different cities, they will frequently travel because it is necessary. So all these aspects need to be taken care of. Minimum 20 points. 10 is fantastic. 20 will be far better. 20 parameters which are going to help you decide this, make your decision, or 20 parameters which are going to get affected because of your decision, and then there are multiple options. Okay, this table is ready. Now first option, first parameter, give marking out of 10. First option, accepting the relocation offer, and the first parameter is better career prospects, marked 8 or 9 or 10 out of 10 based on your judgment. Go on doing it. Option 1, all the parameters mark 1 to 10, 10 being maximum. For example, the option is accepting the relocation offer, and the point parameter is aging parents and their care. Here you need to give 0 or 1 because then you will not be there to take care of aging parents and the other partner will have to take care. Are you getting my point? Better prospects, 10 or 9 points because Bangalore can be fantastic opportunity. Now aging parents point, I can give only 0 or 1 because then the other partner will have to take care of it. Okay, you have to be very honest, you have to be very open. I would request you to do it in personal. If you work it with yourself, it is far better effective. So 20 points on the left side and horizontally, 20 vertical points and multiple options on the horizontal line. Give marking 0 to 10, 10 being the most effective, 1 being the least effective, and then just total all of them. Whatever option gets the maximum points after 20 parameters is your decision. Getting my point? If you want to listen to this, please repeat again and you will understand what I'm trying to say. In the assignment section, I will give one example of this Excel sheet or maybe drawing or the sketch or the page actually wherein I have worked this, so that you will understand in better way. So this process takes care of your emotional problems, your financial problems, your political problems, your social problems, your professional issues. Every parameter that you can think of can be enlisted on the left side and it will be taken care of. So whatever option gets maximum marks is the decision for you, and you can straight away go and follow the decision, and it is going to be successful and it is going to be positive in the long run because you have considered all the aspects, you have given weightage to all the aspects instead of getting emotional and maybe more. Either you get emotional or you get practical. So this solution gives you a golden middle ground of all the parameters, and this is your decision. So I have actually given you a solution to all your problems, and so this was the point. Find out all the possible options, and do this activity, and then you will know what your decision is. Okay. Next point is buy time for major decisions. Before making any decision public, before taking any major decision, ask for time. If the HR is asking for Monday, you can always get back to them and say that I need some more time, 1 or 2 days more because I'm traveling, or I need to think about this, or I need to discuss with my parents, etc., or with my in-laws. So whatever reason that you give, but you need to buy time for major decisions. Do not get rushed because other people are behind you. Do not make it an emergency, because what happens is under emergency or under pressure, your logic goes for a toss and emotions take over. Intelligence goes for a toss and emotions take over. So you'll be thinking about only emotions. Why should I go get away from family, etc., etc. Or in some cases, you go extreme to the practical. I'm getting good amount of money. Why should I bother about all this? I should straight away go. But after reaching there, after 6 months, you will feel the pressure. On the other hand, if you are not going because you are missing your partner, after 6 months you will again think that, why should I have accepted it? So it cuts both ways. So that is why the point is, buy time for major decisions. Do all this analysis. Do it yourself first. Do it with your partner. Do it with your family, and you will get fantastic results. And there is no other policy making tool which is so personal yet so effective. I'm not talking about SAP or ERP or complex sophisticated softwares to take decisions for you. I'm giving a very simple example. Next point is, don't give up. So after finding out all the options and buying time for major decisions, do not get pushed, do not get pressurized by other people. Don't give up, because this is not the end of the world. One very common, very effective formula after E is equal to MC square is event E plus R is equal to O. Events plus response is equal to outcome. Event plus response is equal to outcome. So events are not in your control. The only aspect that you can control is your response, and that will decide what the outcome is. So events will keep on happening, transitions will keep on happening, personal, professional life, everything, the events will keep on happening. They are not in your control. The only control you have is how you are going to respond. So E is constant, R is variable which you can control, and that will decide what the O is, outcome is. Events will be there, response is my personal capacity, it is my personal choice, and output will depend on my response, not on the event. Event can be anything. My response will decide what the outcome is. So that is exactly why I do not give up, because positive attitude and positive way of looking at things, making sure that things don't break and things can be fixed, as the old lady said in the picture. Once you decide that it needs to be fixed, then you will find out ways and means of fixing it. That is why event plus response is outcome. So the point was, don't give up. The next point is break down the issues and start with the baby steps. Now, since we are under stress to make decisions, or we are under stress to find out what is exactly happening with my life, with my marriage, the solutions can be insurmountable. You may feel that this cannot be done. It is very difficult either to change his ways or change his mind, or change her mind, or or increase communication, or manage emotions and being very free with each other and discussing complex but necessary issues upfront. So do not look at the complete picture, break it down and start with the small steps, because as you say, as the British say, eat the elephant one spoon at a time. So if so it is not literal. So if the objective is to eat the elephant, it is so huge, I will be basically overwhelmed by the size and everything. I don't need to eat in the first place. The second I cannot do it because it is so big and huge. So the solution is to go one spoon at a time. Don't think about the complete picture. Okay, in this specific context is very effective, because break down the issues, start with baby steps. That will help you, because it will take away unnecessary pressure and burden to do anything and everything in the shortest possible time. Okay. The next point is support others so that they can support you. The next point is support others so that they can support you, because support others in the sense they may be facing certain issues, wherein just like we are discussing about our issues, they may be facing certain issues, and you should be able to help them when they need actually. And if you can help others, obviously you know the process, and if you have already helped others, you can always go and seek support from them, and they will be more than happy to oblige, because human beings are basically sharing and caring, and reciprocation. So whatever I do to others, they will do to me. Okay, in whatever possible positive way I can make others feel about myself and their own self, they will do the same with me. They will reciprocate in the same coin. That is why support others and let them support you, because allow them. There are instances where friends are ready to support, families ready to support, but I am blocking myself. I am not seeking any help, or I don't want their interference. So interference word can be tricky. So you need to open up, and you need to see issue is there. I cannot burn my own home because of blockage by walling myself inside. I need to seek help from outsiders. I need fire extinguishers. I need people who can douse the fire. Okay, if that is the objective. Obviously that is the objective. So this is why let them support you and help them support you. Now doing this can get very taxing. Obviously a lot of energy is required, emotional and physical energy is required to do all this. So you basically drain down at the end of the day, or you feel dejected, depressed. So always have something to look up to. Always have something to look forward to every day, every week, every month, every year. So it is very positive impact. So for example, if I am under tremendous stress and I am trying to find out some solution to my serious issue, I'm constantly analyzing the situation and pros and cons and options. I'm seeking help, I'm basically seeking expert advice, and I'm trying to find out multiple options. I'm trying to buy some time for major decisions, and I'm not giving up, but it takes a lot of energy. So to get out of all the situation, we must have something, some incident or some person or something, entertainment maybe, for example, or a walk in the garden, for example, or maybe a chat with an old friend, for example. So I should be looking forward to something, because it is a human tendency. Okay, delayed gratification is one more example of this. For example, if I know that at 9 o'clock I am going to watch some movie which is my favorite and I just love it, then throughout the day I'll be thinking about 9 o'clock, oh, I'm going to watch the movie, fantastic. So it automatically builds my mood. It automatically helps me get out of the morass. It automatically helps me get out of the wrong state of mind. So it can be movie, it can be a chat with an old friend, it can be something which we really love. It can be simply sitting yourself and enjoying music. It can be walk in the ground, or maybe a long drive. There has to be something to look forward to, so that if today's Saturday, I may be thinking tomorrow evening I'll go for a long drive. So till tomorrow evening I start the long drive, I'll always be in positive mind that, oh, let us go on long drive and enjoy the driving. So this is what it basically keeps us focused on larger goal. It basically distracts us from the current situation and helps focus on the positive aspect. So it can be something that we are looking forward to, can be today evening, it can be tomorrow, it can be weekend, it can be next month, it can be next year. For example, if I'm under some pressure at workplace, I will be thinking about a planned trip to, let's say, Maldives in March, maybe 2 months down the line. So these 2 months I'll be thinking about Maldives, how beautiful it is, what I will do after going there. So it is basically helping me distract myself from the current issues and situations. I'm working on those. I'm trying to find out the situation. I'm trying to control everything. At the same time, after a certain point in time, I need rejuvenation. I need something to look forward to, and that is where Maldives comes into picture. That is where my old friends come into picture. That is where my family support system comes into picture. That is where my hobbies comes into picture. That is where my passions comes into picture. Getting my point?